So let's talk for a moment about how all this and subtle information and fields kind of fold into M theory, and M theory just being kind of a unified system of thinking around string theory, because there are a lot of different string theories. So they've been collapsed into a unified understanding called M theory. I looked it up. I thought, yeah, where's the M come from? So now you tell me if this is true. This is what I found on the net. It said M stands for magic, mystery, or matrix.
Yes. And I've heard other words too. Even the physicists who study it all disagree on what that actually ever meant at any one time. So M theory to me is one of the most significant intersections between the physical sciences and the underlying spiritual truths that are shared by saints and sages and psychics and mystics. M theory posits that there is a vast non-local realm that is pure energy. Now that sounds an awful lot like a vast astral realm that is pure light. The parallel is hard to miss. And in that vast energy realm posited by M theory, there are layers, or what they call brains. And each brain has a higher energy density or lower energy density, the lowest at the bottom of the stack, so to speak. They often refer to the brains as being like slices of bread out of a loaf. You know, they're stacked one on top of the other. And this is amazingly similar to the notion that there are layers of heaven, levels of heaven. In Christianity, you have the highest heavens, the third heaven. In Buddhism, you have many, many layers of heaven. The Hindus have 7 layers. So you get this great conformance there. Then the other thing that M theory puts forward, which I find fascinating, is the notion of the universe, our universe, being a holographic projection from the infinite, essentially infinite energy realm that is non-local and that exists outside of the physical universe. And that this is a continuous process. The entire universe is not a static thing that started with a blast of energy and then was just kind of cast adrift, if you will, to work its own destiny out by its own natural laws. What they're saying with M theory is that it's almost like a movie playing from the birth of the universe with the Big Bang, or whatever it is, whatever that birth is, whether you believe it's Big Bang or not, that's all part of this holographic projection. And that in steps along the way, there is the birth of life. Underlying it all already is the birth of consciousness, and so forth. So this very much fits in with the notion of higher spiritual teachings that the heavens create the earth, that the heavens are the templates for the earth. Near-death experiencers often say when they go to the heavens that they look like the earth, only they're much better. They're much more beautiful. They're much more pure. The flowers are just so much more amazingly beautiful than the ones on earth. And they see the earth as a poor reflection or a more crude rendition
of the original template. Yeah.
Of the original template.
Uh-huh.
And so this would make sense from the point of view of M theory as well, that the pure energy realm that provides the natural laws and the templates of forms, etc., to create the physical universe is more pure, more precise, more exact, where the physical universe, now that it's had space and matter added to it, as well as the energy in it, is just a cruder version of the same thing. And this also holds for our individual bodies. When near-death experiencers and others talk about going to the heavens, many of them are really not sure whether they're dead or not, because what they see is a body exactly like the one they had. And it is the body they had. It's just the subtle body that they always had. But because it looks so much like the physical body that they are more familiar with through the senses, it fools them. They don't realize for some time that they no longer are wearing their physical body. And the astral world itself seems very much like what they experience on Earth. They walk, they talk, they have arms and legs just like they do on Earth. So that connection of the subtle energy body, the astral body, continuously creating the physical body is supported by M theory in the same way that the energy and intelligent order in the energy realm is simultaneously, continuously creating the physical universe. It's happening all the time.
But would you say there are original projectors of this reality, original mind? And when you talk about fields of energy and fields of light, to me, those are also fields of information, just raw, pure information. And I mean it in the truest sense of the word.
Yeah.
Creative building blocks.
One of the things that I draw upon from the teachings of Yogananda, that's really kind of my main focus of teachings. I'm broad-minded. I read all sorts of things, but those teachings sort of have been a backbone for me of how I understand. And one of the things that Yogananda says is that unlike on Earth, all energy beyond physical creation is inherently intelligent.
Yes.
That whether it takes
That's what I'm getting to.
Of a field, or takes the form of light, or takes the form of images, it's all intelligently coordinated, because we're one step closer when we're in the astral to the actual creation mechanism, which is pure intelligence, pure energy, pure consciousness, which is another way of describing God or spirit. Exactly.
And that's how I see it, as you have the basic building blocks, prima materia, the basic soup of potential. You have logos, which is the essence of mind, desire, one impregnating the other, imprinting upon the other, and the process of creation at the most primal levels begin. But the reality is, all the universes are created out of logos and prima materia. But the cool thing is, it's also created out of every single thought we have. We are the logos, and the field is our prima materia, and we are creating just as the universe was creating all the time. That's why it's such a shame if we're doing it with such a limited set of tools and not tapping into the subtle realities and the incredible power of the great mind, the mind, not the brain.
Right. No, I agree wholeheartedly. I think the old phrase that is used is a good one, is that we're co-creators.
Yes.
And we've been, as heirs to the divine, we have all the powers and abilities of the divine. We, fortunately, in a way, I think this is part of the planning, is that we do not have access to complete control over those powers and abilities until we become more refined. Yes. Otherwise, we could make a really horrible mess of this world and ourselves, but that it is nonetheless the power that is being used by our subtle body to create our physical body. We're just not aware. And this has deep layers of significance for us, because when we have a strong emotion, it's easy to think, well, this is separate from my physical body. It's separate from my, the physicality that I experience daily. But in fact, what's happening is that strong emotion is reverberating through your subtle energy body and immediately changing the holographic projection that is your physical body. It's instantaneous.
Absolutely.
And it affects every atom and molecule in your body.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you might also want to consider joining Patreon, which allows me to keep all of this content free and available to everyone. And if you're looking for like-minded souls, you might also enjoy my online community called Our Neighborhood. Links to join are in the description.